I thought there would be some sort of liberal wig out in our schools because many, not all, but many of our schools have been captured by nonsense, illogic, and people who, though they have advanced degrees, are unable to discern the fact that Democrats exaggerate the danger of Donald Trump. And I was gratified when, a week went by and I didn't hear any horror stories from local schools. And then last night, my phone pinged around, 9 o'clock. And a friend, and no, I certainly will not identify the friend, but they know who they are, sent me a staff memo circulated to the entire staff of Olentangy Orange High School under the heading State of the Pioneer. The Pioneer is the mascot at Olentangy Orange. Olentangy Orange High School staff newsletter, November 11th through November the 15th. And the next line says, words from Monica Asher. Monica is the high school principal at Orange, so sit right up and take attention when Monica Asher is sending you a staff memo. And this is what Monica's memo to the staff says. I have struggled this week to find the right words. I can't write a message that pretends like the election didn't happen, especially when so many of you are struggling with how to move forward. I know you are struggling with how to move forward with your students who are afraid, but also how to move forward with colleagues that don't share your views. This week, I saw pain, uncertainty, and division. I have to be honest. I am not entirely sure how to tell you how to move forward. What I can tell you is that I am here with you, and my values have not changed. Sounds like Kamala. Continuing the menu. The memo. I recognize that leadership is tested during tough times. Anyone can lead when it is easy. And I grew up not wanting to be just anyone. I grew up wanting to be someone who made a difference. I may read you the other 3 paragraphs of the statement, but I really don't need to because there's enough in there for me to assess the fact that Monica Asher, it certainly appears to me, is unfit to lead the staff at Olentangy Orange High School. Why do I say that? Number one, because I checked. Maybe Monica didn't, but Monica lives in a bubble because in Delaware County, which is one of the fastest growing counties in the state, and in the Olentangy School District, which is also, if not the fastest, one of the fastest growing districts in the state, Delaware County voted for Donald Trump 53% to 46%. I know there's a lot of wokeness in the schools in Delaware County. I've talked about it a lot with the board that tunes out residents, and many residents have decided to send their kids to charter schools and private schools to get them away from people like Monica Asher and the mindset she demonstrates. I've had pictures sent to me of biologically male teachers at Olentangy Orange High School who wear skirts with rainbow socks pulled up to their knees, and that's just fine. But let's just go through this first sentence. I can't write a message that pretends like the election didn't happen, especially when so many of you are struggling with how to move forward. Well, how many? Now, I know education is captured. I get it. The OEA, the National Federation of Teachers. I have no doubt that among the faculty members and staff members at Olentangy Orange High School, the breakdown between Trump voters and Kamala Harris voters is probably not 53 to 46 like it was among the general electorate. But is it reasonable to assume that there's a fairly significant portion, so we say like even 25% of the staff at Olentangy Orange that might not share Monica Asher's political beliefs and might be offended by this, might feel, what was one of the factors I said led to Kamala Harris's defeat? Condescension. They might feel condescended to by this memo. They might feel like Monica Asher is somebody who they don't want to lead them because Monica Asher is looking down on them and making clear her disdain for them with this memo. So I sent an email to the communications specialists. I know I shouldn't call them specialists because they're not very good at communicating, at least not with me. Every time I've reached out to them, I've never gotten a response. Krista Davis and Christian Ross, they are listed on the Olentangy School's website as their communications specialists. And I think, I didn't get an email back. They've had more than an hour to look at my email. I think maybe at the very least, they should excise from their website a sentence that I find interesting and odd, given the fact that I have not heard a word back from them in over an hour about this email sent from Monica Asher, the principal at Olentangy Orange High School. And the sentence says, "We encourage parents and the public." I'm not a parent of an Olentangy Orange student or an Olentangy student, but I am part of the public. "We encourage parents and the public to engage with us and welcome your comments, students, staff," that's you, Monica, "and community." I don't think you do. I don't think you do encourage parents, or in my case, the public, to engage with you, Krista, to engage with you, Kristen, because I never hear back from you, and Now, Monica says, "I know you are struggling with how to move forward with your students who are afraid." Does she give any instance, any evidence that the students are afraid? She does not. That is totally her perception that students are afraid. If she has evidence that students are afraid, that would be a good place to put it. She doesn't put it in there. And I'm not saying that there aren't students who are afraid, but if there are students who are afraid, it is because people like Monica Asher and maybe the dude who wears a skirt and the rainbow socks have planted it in their mind that Donald Trump's election or re-election to the White House somehow threatens their individual safety, which of course is a lie, which of course is absolutely categorically untrue. Now, she goes on, she says, "I saw pain, uncertainty, and division. I have to be honest, I am not entirely sure how to tell you how to move forward." It sounds like Monica is struggling to do her job, which is to lead the district. And if you have a principal who confesses, and she did right there, that she doesn't know how to lead her district, then I think it's reasonable to assume that maybe the district ought to alleviate her of that responsibility while she maybe goes to a seminar or a struggle session or something else to figure out how she's going to move forward. Wouldn't that be the kind, compassionate thing to do? I think so. Wouldn't that be the prudent thing to do? If you have a rudderless leader in a huge school like Orange High School who says right there, "I don't know how to move forward." She says, "My values have not changed." And then she says, "I recognize leadership is tested during tough times. Anyone can lead what is easy. And I grew up not wanting to be just anyone. I grew up wanting to be someone who made a difference." Well, I don't know how you can make a difference when you are encouraging people who voted for Kamala Harris to look down upon colleagues. She says that right there. "I know you're struggling with how to move forward with your students who are afraid, but also how to move forward with colleagues that don't share your views." So if you're a Trump supporter and you're on the staff at Olentangy Orange, you have your high school principal telling other staff members who voted for Kamala Harris that they should look down on you, and she's not encouraging them to put differences aside. She's not encouraging them to, focus on the mission of education, which has exactly zero to do with the outcome of a presidential election. She is choosing to stew and fret over something that has nothing to do with what she's paid to do.